Hi and welcome back to my farm. Today we hopefully have a microphone working, unlike last stream, where I streamed for 3.5 hours without a microphone. It happens. Man, those are dirty. So we're gonna go to bed. That's the first task. Let's do 8 in the morning. That surely must mean that the grass has grown enough for us to harvest. Right. Oh, I don't have a vehicle over there. I can... Oh, this. Let's go. This is ready to harvest. And that's ready to harvest as well. Right. Look. It's sorghum. Sweet. Oh, how does the corn look? Weedy. Are all of my fields littered in weed? Actually, only the cornfields. That's very good news. Oh, and the sugar beet fields. One of the sugar beet fields. That is weird. Huh. Anyhow. 5, 3, and those two. Well, that's less than I expected. They have made more TMR. We went from 3,000 to 10,000 liters, which means that we should probably have everything we need. We're running low on grass, that's why we're doing a harvest. I believe we have plenty of hay. But we need more grass. So let's do a big grass harvest. Just double checking so we have food for our chickens. We do. I don't think that will last. Fertilizing field 4, we can do that. We can do that. Yes, production. Looking good. We have no real reason to store the wood chips. We could sell it. Because we don't have a self-interest in keeping it. Another spinnery has run out of fabric. Or cotton, I mean. All of them have. That's okay. I thought it would be worse. We need silage. I have some silage. We can do that. And slurry. Silage and slurry. Right. We'll just shut it off if we don't have stones. We'll get so much stones next year. That's fine. Look at that. 2,000 liters of wood chips. How much do we have up here? Like, just to see the difference, you know? 700, and we've had that running for a month longer. First order of business. Finding the wheel loader. Should we leave the bucket? Kind of don't need it. Never mind. No, we don't need it. Famous last words. Now that we have the Platinum expansion, we really gotta get ourselves some more wheel loaders. Because there's some really cool stuff from Volvo in the pack. Did that take care of our silage? Yes. Keep it going for a bit. It would be nice with more, but you take what you get. Yes, we have hay. Plenty of it. We're running out of parking spots here on the yard. How much for the extended tank on this thing? Where is that? Here? No. Right. I am really keen on getting the loader. But we shall be careful about spending too much money right now. Under sprays then? under... Ah. It can only do solid. That is... Oh wait, that's the... Ah. Oh, you attach it. Right, so that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the tags. They might still exist. Just have to find them. Can the weight be heavier? Yeah, 2.8 ton. I think that would be a good idea to have front weight. Maybe not 2.8, but something. Be a clever idea. Here we go. It can only do seeds as well. Seeds and fertilizer. There's no liquid. What is that symbol? The blue little water wave. Especially designed to work with mowers. It enables precise mowing even on difficult fields. A little... Too bad they don't do liquid. Do we have sound, Giron? And which of these have fertilizer and which have herbicide? Liquid fertilizer. Herbicide. Oh! You could have known. You couldn't have known. Is there a did we deduct that the reason you couldn't join was that you don't have the same mods? What would be the easiest way for me to share my mods? I definitely could see myself stream without a mic. I could see that happening, for sure. Ooh, that was not a clever place to... It's strange to me that there's no option download all the mods active on the server. But that is not a button you can click. It's weird to me. I mean, it would be one thing if there was mods that wasn't on the mod hub, but since everything is on the mod hub, I find it weird. I bet a front weight would help with grip. It's got 400 horsepower, or about 400, right? So I'd imagine it could pull the weight of a 3. Well, I guess with everything included, it's maybe a 6-ton sprayer. I don't think the front weight was particularly expensive, so I could get one and just hope it works. Should we do it? Because I mean the next field is steep as well, so it would be a good test. And it's not a tremendous detour to go and find out. It's actually a quite nice drive. Just like in real life, after doing something difficult or heavy, it's nice just doing something silly and for the fun of it. So we did a field that is inconvenient, for to be polite. And now we get to go and buy some things as a reward. Let's check some stats. The vehicle has 420 horsepower and weighs, let's say 13 ton for making it easy. The sprayer weighs 4 tons plus another 3 tons of liquid, so 7 tons. So I have a 13-ton vehicle pulling a 7-ton trailer with 400 horsepower. To me, that I should absolutely do it easily. So then it's either the tires are not wide enough to drive in a muddy field, or it doesn't have enough traction on the front axle, so it's basically a two-wheel drive. Ooh, we need to buy a marking spray. Personally, I like the white spray, so let's get one of those. Thank you. Weights, right. $13-ton. The trailer weighs 7. I'm thinking full weight stack, honestly. Maybe not the bonus 400 bar, but like 2 point. Because if we do full stack, it's like half of the trailer in weight. What colors does it have? Every color. That is like half the trailer in weight. You can always take off if it's too much. Even before you need a tool to hold it. Oh man. You can't just... Do you need a 3-point or can you... You need a 3-point, don't you? And that thing weighs a ton as well. Okay. Well, now that became significantly more expensive. But it's something I want to do anyway. Can this pull a trailer? I don't think it can. It's kind of weird how they have the gooseneck adapter as a special thing and not a gooseneck and trailer. Although I would probably need hydraulics, so it's this thing I need. And that's a ton. And yeah, fun. $18,000. Right, without fender and with a cover. Whoopie. think it's kind of cool that you like have full control of your 3-point hitch, so you can position it just like you want. Talk about being front heavy. Since the 3-point hitch weighs 1 ton as well, we might have overdone it with the weights. Ooh, this is probably better if you're having like an implement on the hitch itself, like the mulcher. Trailers shouldn't add that much weight on the hitch. Still feels very powerful up the hill. I mean, not at all struggling at over 50 kilometers an hour up here. That's impressive. I think only the 1050 could do that. Most tractor would struggle with the weight. We're towing a 7-ton sprayer with a 3-ton front weight. And this weighs about as much as a large tractor, like RX-8, I think also weighs around 17 tons. Doesn't it? Yes, 18 for the RX-8. 11.8, so 12 for the 3830, 8330, and the 1050 weighs only 15 tons. So it's a small boy. All right. Could consider raising the front weights so they don't bump into my crop. This little area above the new large sawmill could become a very nice little field of its own. Oops, not paying attention. I'm gonna break my implement. Why is that so low as well? Let's do front wheel steering and see if that behaves better. It steers so quickly that it becomes weeble wobbly in the field.
Thanks for the follow.
Oh shit. Thanks. I have the alerts way too loud. Oh man. Thank you. So how fast could it be going if we turn off the speed limits? To see if we're benefiting from the wheel weight going uphill. If we'll bog down. Now again, let's do it next pass with the speed limit on. This is impressive. 23 kilometers an hour uphill. Let's see what it can do with the speed limiter on. Because without, you sort of gain some momentum, right? That's cheating. We missed a bit here. Is 9 kilometers the max speed of this sprayer? Or is something wrong? It's supposed to be 12. Maybe it can only do 9 with the See and Spray on? Something like that. And then if we turn off the speed limit, still struggled a bit getting up. Either that or I failed turning off the speed limit. I failed turning off. So this is the reason I installed the speed limit remover, is that these implements going uphill, if it's trying to keep a speed like 12, it can bog down and only get a speed of like 8. Like, allow me to turn it off, see if I get the right button. Right, turn it off, and we go up again. The machine is on, same conditions as last. And like I said, if I carry speed, it makes sense that it can only do, that it can go faster, right? But now I'm starting from a standstill, and I could easily go above again. Starting from a standstill, no issues whatsoever. Even here where it's the steepest, and we stop. Takes a bit of effort, but it can do more than 12 kilometers an hour. and with cruise control on and the speed limit on, we get like 6 kilometers an hour. Just double checking. I think we're done up here, but yes. No, we have this as well. Good. And we might have missed a sliver in the middle. Oh, yes. Is the 15-meter weeder the one that isn't the trailer, but an attachment that you like that sits on the tractor? I always recommend using that one because AI apparently does a very good job with it, and it's nice to drive. And I've been thinking of getting a weeder again. I started off doing organic farming with a weeder, and the only reason I went to herbicides is this tool here, because you use so little product since it's sensing where the weeds are, that for me this is the way to do it. I think I'd like the narrower one. This is the 28 meter, and I think there's a 24. I think I'd like to downgrade, because this is too wide in many fields, and the fields that are large enough to appreciate this width, I'd rather do an extra pass. I think. I can always try. Plus I have 2 of them, so I could have one on the wide boom and one on the narrow. I originally thought I'd use one for liquid and one for liquid fertilizer and one for herbicide. Is that what the adjustable wheels are for? So the tractor stays level in an unlevel field? Chat, the tractor has this rather weird feature where it can raise and lower the axles. And I've never really understood why. But now that AI drove this tractor, it leveled the whole cab. That's pretty awesome. So without the speed limiter, the AI will drive as fast as they can, and that's scary. Because when they come to the headlands and it's time to turn around, they crash into things. So when using AI, I always have the speed limiter on. Another thing I love about this trailer is that it's let's see if we can do it this way. So the drawbar has a lock on it. So when you're reversing, it locks and becomes a fixed drawbar. And when you're driving forward, it's articulated. It unlocks and it starts articulating. So the turning radius is fantastic without you jackknifing in really sharp turns. So AI is not really doing a good job. Let's just turn it on and do it manually, because that's unacceptable. I don't know what he's up to. I mean, to be fair for him, it's like the field is kind of awkward. I haven't painted the borders yet. So for those who didn't get what I was talking about, the arm between the tractor and the trailer, when I turn, it turns. So when I do some really sharp stuff, it just follows along much nicer. But as soon as I go to reverse, it locks in place, so that aiming and reversing is like doable. Otherwise it would behave sort of like a dolly, but worse. It would be really, really sucky. But this is a fantastic. I wish I had more trailers with that feature. Yes, many trailers that steer in the rear has the same feature, where they follow you going forward and they lock up going backwards. I know my fertilizer spreader do that. So why I thought it was a good idea, another reason why I thought it was a good idea to spend $18,000 on a front 3-point hitch for this tractor is that I'm really curious to see how well it works for grass. And we are going to mow a lot of grass coming up here. What map are you playing on at the moment, Adrian? Are you like me, who has just like one save game? Because personally I feel like I have so much I want to get done on this map that I don't see myself having time to play other maps. That said, the new Silver Creek looks fantastic. Like, if I could do it all over, Silver Creek is my style of map. This is quite similar to Silver Creek, but Silver Creek is just more beautiful. But I have 400 hours invested, so it's like, should I just redo it? Don't think so. Right. Yeah, that makes sense, Adrian. But the reason that they turn like that is for you to drive in the same tracks with the trailer, so you don't murder as much crop. The original American map, Elm Creek, and the German map, Heuter Berlin, I think. That's a beautiful map too. Do you think the oh, you play on a mod map? Do you think we're gonna get the Nexad tractor to farm sim, or the Nexad tool carrier, whatever they call it? I think it would be pretty cool. If I had a map with a mix of small field and large fields, I would definitely consider having a Nexad on the larger fields. But I definitely wouldn't want that as my primary and like sole tractor. I think this tractor is hydraulically driven. It has... No. I mean, it still could be, but it has center diff with the shafts going. So it's at least not hub motors. Because the RPM of the tractor stays... That's because AI drive, maybe. Maybe that's because AI is driving. That the RPM stayed so similar throughout the range. Be missing a little bit. Holy smokes. just look at him go. This is, I just wanted to show you guys what happens. You see how much he overshot? So imagine if there was a tree at the end of the field, he would just crash right into it. Let's see the acceleration. This field was covered in barley, and I had AI working my neighbor's field, field 4, to my left. And when he was done planting corn for my neighbor, the AI worker decided to just, on his own accord, also plant corn in my barley field, ruining my barley crop for the year, replacing it with corn. And I was so salty because it's the second time it happens that I just leave AI alone and it just redo a field. But the other one was winter wheat, and it's the field over there, field 6. I planted the sugar beets on field 5 next to the animal barn, and he just kept going. You see that little field right to my left now? That was planted with sugar beets, and he kept going the entire field 5, which is like 3 times bigger. So I'm gonna have so much sugar beet. So much sugar beet. Let me slow the tractor down so it doesn't drive insanely fast. It just doesn't make sense. Right, interesting. Weeding 35 hectares? Is that your entirety of your fields, or do you have a 35 hectare field? My largest is 16, and that's divided up into like how many small fields? This is my latest field that I acquired. Field and it's 15.37 hectares. And I've divided it up into 5 smaller fields, and then I'm gonna do grass and forestry in the other bits. I guess if you plant forest on very straight roads, you can, even when the trees are grown, mow in between if you have a mower with that dimension. So if you don't go for the biggest mower, you can still mow the fields. I guess it would be kind of inefficient. The things I like about this game is not steering a tractor. The things I like about this game is planning crop rotation, planning investments, and redecorating the map. So I play more of a manager role, and I like switching implements around, washing, cleaning, servicing, planning what tractor to use for what job on what field. But I do not especially enjoy actually steering the tractors. I like looking at them working. Like this, I could drive this myself. I just prefer having AI do it and me just, chatting, drinking coffee. And in real life, this is more realistic to real life, because I mean, all big farmers have GPS guided tractors anyway, right? Where you make sure you're not running out of product, that the auto steering does what it's supposed to, help out at the headlands, unless you have the advanced stuff that can do headlands as well. Like, I wouldn't mind interrupting the AI, turn around like this, line him up. Just that he's better at it, you know? So why would I do it? So even this huge field, having this larger boom was not a benefit, as we are like this. Now auto steer fucked up a little bit. Don't know what it's up to. So yeah, we have a sliver here. I don't know if we would have had that if we had a 24-meter boom instead, and it would be a nicer sprayer to use. I'll give that video a little check. YouTube wanted me to consent. I don't consent to YouTube. Just kidding. The disadvantage about interrupting the AI is now he doesn't know if you want to go left or right, and he turns. So there's no guarantee that he won't fuck up and go left and work in a field he already worked in, or parts of the fields that he already worked in. Oh, even worse. He said he was done. It's fine. That's not fine though. A black car. Let me see if I can use the PC to click the link. If you... Let me show you. Maybe you're watching on your phone and this would not be possible, but if you're on computer, you said to watch from 133. So you could find 133, right? Like so. And then you can right click the timeline and copy URL at current time. Then you get, if I were to close this down, it sends me to 133. But 133 is 93 seconds, right? So if you want to do, say, 2 minutes, you can do 120 seconds instead.
On a multi-product auto-load trailer, which looks very similar to an off-road camper. See you there. Jumping over to Modern News, Dominic has teased 2 more upcoming mods that he's working on. The first is the Lizard NXT, which is basically the Nexat, but for all platforms. This may be one of the most requested mods ever from the community.
I mean, that looks horrible.
Taking the job head on. This machine,
but I mean, it's not finished yet.
To up different pallet products can load up. Next up, 82 Studio is back working on the TLX 1982 pickup truck, an older version of his iconic TLX 2020 series.
But the TLX doesn't work for me. It's bugging out. It breaks the game. It breaks the stream, actually.
Getting everything in game, and so far,
a little John Deere. Head trailers, or what? Right. Cool. So I'm sorry if I sound like I'm shitting on the mod maker. Not at all. I presume it's an early version. And if they made the full version, it would look much nicer. Because the dudes that make mods, it's just so skilled. I find it incredible how close the boom gets to the windshield. Like, let's zoom in. It's not maybe not that crazy. But definitely close. Shall we dare it? Should we just drive over the tracks? Sneaky, sneaky. So, any theories on why there's no weed at all in Field 6, but Field 5, heaps of weeds, large weeds, flowers and groves of weeds. Why? What did I do here? And how can I repeat it? Expected yield 78%, 64. Shit, that's shit. Maybe it was just that area. Oh yeah, it's better here. But why is there so much weed in this one? Could have been plowed. I don't know. Does the year after plowing do worse or better? Better. It's very possible that I plowed that field. And for that effect to happen, you probably want to have like an actual plow and not a cultivating plow. Like if you're using a subsoiler, you remove the need to plow that field, but it probably doesn't work the same way for suppressing weeds. What do I know? Oh my, this field is such a mess. Does what type of crop you put in matter? Like, corn is more likely to get weeds than sugar beets, something like that. I feel like I get weed in my cornfields every year. And that I plowed last year. Maybe crop rotation matters, as I've been doing corn in the same field for so many years. Sorry. This is kind of beautiful though, with all the poppies and whatnot. Since this is a low yield mistake of a field, I will admit that I'm just gonna be happy to be finished with it. This is a reminder of my failures, you see. The perk of plowing would be less weed and higher yields, right? But other than that, you never need to plow. Right? What kind of crops do you do? Do you do like a mix of everything, or do you main some crops? Since you do everything by hand, like what is your routine? By hand, it's wrong. By yourself, without help. How do you run your farm? Let's see if we have fertilizer. We have a couple of miscellaneous liquid containers. Let's call them that. But I don't know what it is, because they've been here for so long. And if one or more of them are fertilizer, we can do field 4, which I have a contract for, to fertilize. But it could be that these are all herbicide. That's a red one. That's a blue one, isn't it? And that's a blue one. On their full. Well, that one isn't full, but the other one was full. And this is also... Ah, right. So we have like 4,000 or 5,000 liters here. Right. Let me just offload my herbicide, and then we can get to it. Oh, you're into chickens and pigs? I've never had pigs. But it makes me... I'd like to. I'm going to have one day. We want to do crop sensing, right? Turn on crop sensing. Start sprayer. Oh, it can't detect. Oh, that's sheesh. Since this is not my field and a survey haven't been done, it can't detect what crop it is and what soil type, so it just sprays the same. That's inefficient. So I used to, this is a personal story, enough about the game. I used to wear suspenders like for 3 months, and I was like, man, why have I never had suspenders before? And they were like some cheap ass $20 shit suspenders. And one day I sat down in the car, and the rear clasp of the suspender scraped the seat of the car, and I was like, fuck that shit, I'm not taking that risk ruining the car seat. And this was two years ago, I think, and I haven't gotten myself a pair of suspenders since, because I haven't figured out a model I want. And I've been looking, not like diligently or anything, but I've been looking. All the wide, comfortable suspenders, like for carpenters or craftsmen, like the work stuff, have huge logos on them. And I, as a person, I hate logos. I remove logos from everything. I've used pry tools to bend off the logos of our oven and microwave and fridge and freezer. Just no logos. That's just an example. I do that for everything. Everywhere I can, I hide logos. On our digital cameras, they are Sony cameras, I have put like black electrician's tape over all the Sony logos. Everywhere I can, I do it. I remove them. I cover it up if I can't remove them. So I don't want like giant company logos on my suspenders. And Snickers Workwear, very recently, like this month or the month prior, released a fire retardant version of their suspenders. And they have like a special coating, a special fabric for firefighters. And for some reason, they did not put a logo on them. Maybe because if you embroider them, the embroidery itself would burn, or maybe the printing process doesn't work for the fire retardant, whatever. But yeah, they released a fire retardant version of them, and they are without logos. So I just like, yoink, I ordered myself a pair, and they have arrived today. There was like a 10-14 day shipping or something. They didn't have them in stock. Plus, if I'm ever in a fire, at least the suspenders will do much better than my skin, you know? Dude, 5,000 chickens and 200 pigs so far. Do you find yourself running out of time to produce food for them? Or what is your bottleneck right now? Adrian. Does pig eat canola? Corn, I mean. The suspense is killing me. Yeah, it was when I found out about these suspenders, I was mega hyped. And I hope they're as nice as I think they will be. because I think they have the same model but not fire retardant, and the fire retardant version was I think $30 or $35 more than the normal version. I think the normal version is $50 and this was $85. But I imagine them lasting for years. Plus, you don't need to wear a belt, which is good for digestion and comfort. And you don't have to show everyone your coin slot. I can't wait. No more coin slot. I'll be so safe for stream. I think a lot of people that have never tried suspenders are missing out. Barley, beet, canola and corn. Do they, like cows, want a mixture, Adrian? Or can you just feed them whatever? Like chickens don't care what you feed them. You don't have a meter saying like, oh, these chickens are very happy. So it really doesn't matter what you do for chickens. I don't think I'm going to fill this up. You know, I did all of my fields and used 12-15% overload. So running with less liquid in it definitely saves on fuel and makes it more nimble and nicer to drive with. So we're definitely gonna do that. Assuming we don't have to be out in the... Chat, if you are the kind of person who likes to roleplay and use your indicators when you drive around, there is a mod that allows you to auto-cancel your indicators, just like in a car. And it's smart. In a roundabout, it keeps going, so it's probably like a timeout after you center the wheel before it turns off. Like left indicator, I turn right, I know, and then I straighten my wheel, it keeps going, you see, so I can go left again, keeps going, keeps going, keeps going, but then when I straighten out, whoop, turns off. Fantastic tool. So we're done with the sprayer for the season. It's not going to be any more weed to deal with or fertilizing. So why not we just wash the whole thing? Whoa! What's going on? And then we can take it to the shop and make the boom shorter. Because, yeah. I think it's just going to be a nicer implement with shorter boom. Since the attachment that lifts the front weight is a special, like its own implement or piece of equipment. You need to wash the front weight. You need to wash the carrier. You need to wash the vehicle. Whoa, shit! What am I doing? And you need to wash the rear carrier or tool holder and the tool. So this is a disadvantage, not a big one, but you know, oop. It is a disadvantage. Ooh, Siri and Ebbe came home. I want to dump my weights as I won't need them for this job. I don't know where to put them. Probably over at the other yard makes more sense, as that's where I will pick up the next implement that I'll be using. Let me just level out my tractor. So it's weird that I can control the up and down, right? But I cannot level. I can just go up and down. Maybe it's self-level. I haven't actually inspected. Welcome home.
Just for the satisfaction. Just for the so nice cash. It's been so long, right?
Smells bad. I think cash is nasty. Is that because you know it's legal tender?
No, I didn't.
Mm.
It smells like
Mm. Mm.
It smells like human, but not bad.
We double paid the bill and got basically a check. We cashed it when doing groceries. And then they gave us cash for the part of the check that he didn't spend. Or Siri didn't spend. Nice. Nice that you could use the check.
Yes. And they had enough cash. Just so tempting. Just
Yeah. Yup.
Where should we put it though?
I mean, we could spend it as soon as possible.
Yeah. But imagine if I put it in here, we forget that it's there, and then one day we'll find it and be super happy.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. We shall spend it. Should I keep it in the wallet? Because we can't really use cash for when we're doing scanning. And stuff.
Yes, you can.
What?
You go to you can.
Yeah, but then you have to go to a register. That's what I mean.
Well, you can tell them, and they take you to where when you get a scan checkup, right?
Yeah.
They have that little separate treadmill in the self-scanning.
We don't.
and there they can
Just a
take cash.
regular register.
Yeah, but they have their own sort of in that department.
You might as well. But what I did today was I stood in that queue even though I had scanned everything myself, so I didn't have to. I didn't have to put anything on it. I just
Yeah.
had to check and I paid there. But I
Mm.
didn't have to scan everything.
Yeah.
Just had to stand in line.
Yo.
2 minutes.
2 minutes? Oh my god. Dude, self-scan is like the thing. I don't know where you guys live and if you have it, but we in Sweden, like every grocery store, you get a scanner, like a barcode reader, and you scan all of your groceries. You pack them down in your own bag or your own backpack or whatever. Like you can literally go and scan things, put them in your purse inside of the grocery store, and when you leave the grocery store, you just hand them the scanner and swipe your credit card, and that's it. You walk out, and there's never a queue ever for anything. So it's like lovely. But allegedly, we might have it. We might not get to keep it, as thefts have gone up lately. Yeah, thefts on self-scanning services. There's been talk, news articles. But I mean, we've had this for 15 years, and the stores say that they don't have a lot of thefts. But it's like random checks on this. Like once every 5-10 times they scan either part of your bag, like they get asked by the system to scan 5 goods, and if you don't have any of those goods scanned, you have to pay for them. And sometimes they scan your entire shopping bag, but that's like random and doesn't happen very often. And they save a lot in employee costs, as they don't need as much staff. Oh, absolutely. Serious saying, like, she bets that whatever people steal is nothing compared to the employee costs, or that the employee savings make up for the thefts, and I think that to be true. Adrian Brown never used that self-checkout thingy. So, you're missing out. You're missing out. You're a fool for not using it. Maybe you don't do like high volume grocery shopping. Maybe that's why. I don't know. So it's a little bit of a setup. You need to make sure you position your mower correctly. Can I use this one? No, I can't. So that's a bit of a disadvantage with using this tractor. But I guess once you've set it, you can forget it. And it's quite like adjustable to where you can have it with this specific tool and implement. Oh, this hasn't grown yet. I have a mod where I can harvest like any grass, no matter what. So I guess we should do it. So everything comes down to... So everything will be at the same growth stage for next time. Yeah, the self checkout. When you don't have a scanner, you just take your stuff and then you do it in the end instead. They know like the weight of the items you put in. How come you don't use the scanner thingy. Because it's like it's removing a whole step from the process. So you're saving quite a lot of time. Is it not available where you like to shop? Or is it a different reason? Maybe I shouldn't be mowing down the bushes. It just happened, okay? I like bushes. And it doesn't cut very well. Is that because I have the front too high? Slower it. That's the funniest reason. It takes like 1 minute. I bet you that is faster than you self-checkout. So like the first time you do it, you save time. I bet you. That's how fast it is. Another perk is that you always know how much your grocery is costing you as you go through the store. So if you ever go to shop and you have like a set budget you want to keep, or maybe it's the end of the month and you want to spend less than X amount, you see in the scanner constantly how much you've spent. Another perk is if you're shopping at a brand store and the ICA in Sweden, you can have the app on your phone and do a grocery list. It's like, I'm gonna buy eggs, milk, whatever. And then based on what store you're in, it will give you a shopping list in the scanner. So the scanner you're holding in your hand and you walk around with will give you a shopping list, that like the shopping list you made. Not only that, it will tell you the order at which you're to pick up everything, because they know the layout of the store. So the list will be sorted based on where, like the order that you go through the store. So it will do like, it's just super, super nice. Trust me, guys. Trust me. I struggle explaining myself here. My English is lacking. Like, imagine if the bread is in the beginning of the store, and then you have milk at the end, and you write your own grocery list with milk first and bread last. And then you don't read the whole list and keep it in memory, but rather go from top to bottom. And then you're at the end like, oh right, bread. I have bread on my list as well. You have to go back through the store, pick up bread, and then you can continue shopping. And if you have that app, and if you use the scanner, that never happens, because they tell you the things in order. And you can have like a preset list, like I always buy 4 liters of milk and 1 cart of eggs. And then every time you make like a weekly shopping list, or however often you shop, you can say like, use that preset and add XYZ after that. Self-scanning and the shopping lists is for us a reason why we never go to other stores than ICA. The others also probably have similar features. It's just in our local town, and ICA is like the largest chain for sure in Sweden. And yeah, the scanners and the shopping lists just makes it so convenient that other stores cannot compete for us. I wonder if we should bale it. So I could windrow it and then use the forage wagon, but that would be slower. As the bales I can make is 8,000 liters and I can have 14 bales. So that's 80,000 plus 1632, so 96,000 liters per load. And I don't have a forage wagon that can compete to 96,000 liters. So I think it is most convenient to do bales. I guess the baler is a little slower than the windrower. Not a lot though. So my baler has a windrower attached to it, by the way. Otherwise the baler would be slower without a windrower, 100%. But I have a windrow, like a collection thingy attached to the baler that I'm using. So it does a twofer. Let's look at a forage wagon. What do they do in capacity? 40, 50. Yeah, so the largest is 50. So I can, with the bales, I can get twice as much per trip. I guess if I... Another thing I could be doing... Hi, Jack! Another thing...
Bits go
I guess I could use a lorry and just use a forage wagon to forward the product to a road and then offload it using conveyor belts. That's another system I could be doing. I love exploring, perhaps silly, but with the goal of being effective ways of doing things. Like, am I gonna save time bringing all that equipment to every field? No, not at all. Do I have to? No, not at all. I guess I could use a hayloft as a depot. So I dump the forage harvester into a hayloft and then I load like a big truck from the hayloft. That would be a hack's way of doing things. How will the nitrogen levels look now after we have harvested the first batch? Woo! That was cutting it too close to the field. Does it decrease? Not really. Oh yes, they do. Never mind. It's very red. I just couldn't see where I've harvested. So I thought it made no difference, but it's already been extracted, all the nitrogen, as it grows. Right, ESL streaming, just go to YouTube. Are you on the modding team? Or are you just setting it up for them? Does YouTube have nice modding tools? Hot garbage, huh? Why is YouTube so bad at streaming? I don't get it. I'm like, aren't they Goliath and have all the money and all the devs? Then again, it's not their main source of revenue, so they might not care. Is live content more expensive to deliver from a CDN perspective? Do you think that? I guess one thing that differs from live content and VOD content is the requirement for instant access to an encoder. With VOD content, they can schedule it better, presumably. And with live content, you know, you have to have it on demand. Otherwise, you can't say like, "Oh, I'll encode your stream in 20 minutes." You sit here and relax. So it's probably easier having X amount of servers being fully saturated with VOD content rather than with live stream content. But I don't think ingesting and transcoding is like the biggest deal in the world. I mean, they probably spend a lot of money on it, don't get me wrong. When you order a new Volvo, do they give you like any memorabilia or trinkets as you wait for your car? So it's literally just like purchasing anything online, and then you wait and get an email when it's ready to pick up. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, it's convenient. And if there was any gifts or bells and whistle or fun ceremonies they did, I mean, ultimately it comes out of your wallet anyway, right? A company that you pay money to that don't give you freebies just because they say it's a freebie. Right. I like that, Jack. Because that's how it works. Nothing is ever free. And whatever like deals they intend to give you or try to give you, you can probably get whatever the cost of that item in a rebate if you skip it. That makes all the sense. But that the salesperson would use that as an argument, that's pretty cool. So are you gonna get a home charger as well? I mean, probably, right? Not needing to go to a gas station like ever again is a prospect that I find really interesting about electric cars. I mean, unless you're doing road trips, like longer road trips, but if you're doing your normal day-to-day driving, like never needing to go to a gas station. I wonder if you can get a wide front attached mower. Like, I'd even give up some of the total weight, width to get a front attached, as it would maneuver much better and you wouldn't miss as much. I think some other models of mowers you can adjust how wide it is in the rear, and if you were to pull it in tighter you would have more overlap between the rear and the front. Maybe that would make it cut more even. Although, I mean, for me, harvesting grass, missing I don't really care about. It's not like I will go back to take that. We'll get more than enough grass, and it's not worth selling grass. It's just nice to have for the animals that graze. Instead of, I think you can buy grass, maybe not by default, but with mods. I think we're done. Maybe I missed a bit. Because in the other areas of this field we have planted trees, and I want to mow that. So I'll just run into the trees. Whoopee. Oops. Oops. Can you put a trailer behind us? That would be too wild. You can't. I do have a windrower. The green thing right there. built-in rake. Right. Right. Let's see. Mowers. So we're talking this one, right? The crossflow, where you could set it if you wanted to make swaths or not, right? If it spreads it out or puts it in a line. I was thinking of this one. I think this one you could also adjust the width. And there you have the collectors if you wanted to swat. So it's easier to collect it with a forage harvester. We can fertilize these fields. We'll see if the yield is any better. Yield was so shit last time. Can I see that on my... Yeah. The yields are shit. I mean, it's not shit. The expected yield is not awesome. Quite good. So we could probably do some work to the fields and make for a better yield. But we fertilize. I think that's worth it. This might not be a shortcut. And I think if we're gonna take this track, I don't think we're gonna take this track. Let me think a little here. We're gonna make a road here. And that is turning too much. I would rather go here. And then this is in the way. There we go. Psst. Can you change? If you make a cross. Whoop. Change marker. Haha! Right. So cross, not touch. I mean, this is just whatever you want to make it out to be. So this could be take it down, circle it for paths. Right. I'll do cross for cut down right now, and we can work on that system later. But we'll cut that down, and then we come up here. Probably want to cut that down or steer. Let's take this one. Psst. And we come up here. Should we do the big one? Oh, the small one. I mean, they're both big. That's better for diversity, but they grow a little tight. Come up here. Oh, that's beautiful. We might go for this tree. We'll see. Could probably stay if I take this. Is this even a tree? Just can't even paint it. I wonder if you can remove the paint markers. So I do not know how we're gonna tie the old field together with this area. But what I do know is we need a slope. Set. Let's see. Can we set target height here? Can see. Can try. Yeah, no target height set. There we go. X. That's what I was afraid of. Set target height X. That's no good. I feel like we spent money, but nothing happened. Because of incompetence on my part. It's very difficult making it look good and be good at the same time. But just patience and trial and error. A little bumpy, but we can work on it. I think it's a lot of fun iterating on the projects. So rather than making them perfect, making them better. Especially whenever you're bothered by something, do something to improve and then come back at it and improve again and again and again and again. Right, turn on beta. What? 240, yeah, biggest size. I find this process very enjoyable. We got 70 bales. It says 80 on the bale counter, but it was 10 when we started. We got 70 bales out of doing this entire field. And now we're doing significantly less than the entire field as we have made. We have plowed up fields that we have put crop in, and we have put trees in substantial areas. So we don't have as much available to us as we did the past time I harvested. So I'm not expecting anywhere near 70 bales in total. But it will be interesting to see how it compares. It'll be hard to see what is because of the fertilizing, like the higher yields. And what just is because we're running less fields. This tractor has 420 horsepower. Oh, the self-leveling works. Never mind. I claimed it didn't, but it did. It does. So the cab always stays straight. That's pretty nice. Yeah, the baler is bigger than the tractor. I guess traction would be an issue. So here we're probably running into a traction issue, as we are only able to do 7-8 kilometers an hour. We did not put on a front weight for this, which might have been a mistake. We'll see. Oh, I imagine it is. I imagine it is heavier. You can pretend it's self-propelled. Like, we cannot do this as well as we would like to, but maybe if I offload it so I don't carry the 8,000 liters of hay, it works better. Or 8,000, 16,000, right? Because it's 8,000 per bale. Or no? Oh, it's only 6,500 per bale. Okay, so 12,000 liters of grass. Funny how that was enough to keep me from getting up the hill. We are moving, but if we turn it off and offload it and turn it back on again. Oh no, we're getting stuck. We won't get up here. We need to reverse out. Okay, if we turn it off, if we lift it, still can't go. Do we need to fold it? It is a very steep hill. We need a bigger tractor. How much does the baler weigh? 16 tons. Yep. Yeah, that's that is more than a tractor. It weighs 13 tons. This is a great try for the front weight to see if it makes a difference. Just let me. Just let him drive down there whilst we check on the picture of Adrian's farm. Discord? Hello? Oh, you posted it on mine, of course. This me farm?
Thanks for the follow.
Thanks. Is it Quox Sky? What a cool name. Right. Is this your hog barn? And this is where you store your sugar beets? I like that you have sheds for things. I don't have sheds. That's on my to-do list to get sheds. What is going on? Why did he just turn on his warning lights and went off-road? Man, AI. I'm telling you, it gives me a laugh every time. I still think this is not the tractor for the job. We can also try the 6-wheel version as we own it. See if that makes a difference. That would be too. And then we change driving position, and then we just say it was meant intentional. It was intentional. I just wanted to do a cool stunt. Problem is you can't make that J turn in reverse because 25 is not fast enough for it to flip out. I guess we have space here to turn around. Whoop! Change driving position. Look at that. AI changes the steering mode to all-wheel steer always. and I forget to turn it back to front wheel steer. And then that happens. The uncontrollable skidding. Case Magnum, isn't that? That's the big one, right? Wait, this only weighs 12 tons. Do they have another one? That would be the same as this one. I guess you can have wheel weights as well. Man, that factory is beautiful. The sawmill. I love science experiment like this one, trying to figure out if it makes a difference or if it's just visual. So I'm confident that we're not running out of horsepower, but rather running out of traction. It did not do anything. Well, I am getting up, am I not? Well, no, I'm thinking. Okay, then we will do another experiment. So, vehicle menu, reset. And then let's see if it's rolling. Whee! Oh, look at that! It has the handler and everything. It just, oh my, it just took the tractor. Okay, whatever. Shops. Tractor. So we can customize, and then wheel setup. We go broad wheel 3x3? No, it was Nokia. Right, here we go. Tractor King. 3x3, I mean 2x3. The Michelin broad wheels are wider than the Nokian 2x3. But I own these, so we'll we'll go with that. It looks a little weird. What are we missing? I missed something. Ah. That's the one we own. Yes. There we go. That looks better. Oh shit, now I'm gonna have one too many of the handlers. Right, and this thing we couldn't mark, so let's just fell it. Can you not? Hello? Oh, I saw a green. Boom. Got it. Let's see, I think the road is meant to come up here. Right? Yeah, there. So if I come here, either I remove one of the popples or this maple, but that will make it quite open and not as cozy. So I think if I reverse and I imagine, yeah, it's definitely gonna be this one. Oh. Can you mark this? I mean, yes, I guess. Can't really see it. I guess I can fell it this time. That's a little weird. Okay. First we'll try it without the weight. Oh shit, it's gonna be a difficult thing getting that hooked on. No, it wasn't all too bad. Let's try in reverse. In reverse is a no-go. And forward. Oh, it sinks. Forward is a no-go. But forward with a front weight. Let's see. Let's just undo this one. So with the 2.8 ton weight as well. Oh, we're just sinking. Yep. We're stuck. That is fascinating. None of it made a difference. Kinda expected it, to be honest. We probably need to use the 1050 to pull this up these hills with the dualies. That should surely make a difference. That's not what I intended for this to be used for, but it was interesting trying it out. I'm gonna call the stream. We'll take a shorter one today, and I'm gonna spend some time with Ebbe and Mama. So save game and quit the desktop. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.